Hi, this is Mike Levine of Audio Fanzine, and we are in El Cajon, California at the Taylor Guitar Factory. So let's go inside. So this is a piece of koa wood, and it's sealed, as you can see. And this is going to be used for backs, guitar backs, and these pieces for the sides. It's going to be made a lot thinner, obviously. So cool. Let's keep going. So here's where they take the wood for the backs and they cut them apart, use the same two facing pieces so they're book matched, put them together and glue them, and then they're held together and clamped on here to dry. This laser machine is cutting neck shims. Very precise way to do this. This is the wood for the rosette before it goes on the curling machine over there, and then here it is curled. Pretty cool. This top here was custom done by Taylor for Tony Hawk, the skater, and they printed onto this wood. So this is how they shape the sides of the guitar. Two machines they use. This is the first one. And this is being done for a grand auditorium sized guitar. You can see it bending slowly here. And this is working on a process that used to take days before this kind of machine in order to shape the sides of a guitar. And when it's done in this machine, it's going to go into the next one over here. The block part here is heated to about around 300 degrees, and you'll see that the piece that's already bent is going to get put in there, and then the arms are going to come up and bend it into the right shape. You can see the steam coming up off the wood because it's being heated. The heat is making it curl much more easily. Okay, so now he's taking it off of there and he's going to put it into this device here, which holds its shape until the wood cools off, which just takes a couple of minutes. After it's cooled off, he binds it with this material there. And for these particular sides, they're going to get a cutaway in them tomorrow. So this holds their shape until then. This material that's glued in here is called kerfing, K-E-R-F-I-N-G, and it helps make the top and the side dimensions correct for gluing on the tops of the guitar and add some additional strength. And that machine over there is what's used to put the top and back on. It takes 26 minutes for the glue to dry once they're put on. Here's a body with the top and the back on it, and the binding has been put on, and the tape is holding the binding in place until it's glued. Here we've got the back of the top of the guitar, and we're looking at the bracing. Forward, they call it forward shifted X bracing. So here's the X brace, and it's up close to the hole, and then they've got this little channel here that they drill called a relief channel that helps with the way the sound vibrates through the guitar and through the top. So anyway, you can see all the different types of bracings, and they're all labeled here. This is the automatic buffing machine, robotic buffing machine actually. He's putting a guitar body in to be buffed. And here we go, it's going to get picked up with suction cups. Now it's going to get buffed on one side. Flipped over. He's applying a thin layer of finish in addition to what was already there before it goes on to the next station in the process here. So we're now in a different building in the neck production section, and we're going to check out some of the processes they use for making the neck. So this piece of wood is going to be turned into a guitar neck, actually 3 guitar necks and 3 heel blocks, and all coming out of this and all cut consistently for the grain. This shows the machine that's carving the heel blocks. See, it's making several passes on each neck to cut out the correct amount. This is showing them working on the necks, doing the inlays and sanding and various processes. In this process, they're just smoothing out the profile of the necks underneath the binding. As you can see, the binding at the top by the fretboard. Here's where they put the frets. The frets will be laid out on a neck, just sitting on top of the slots, and then this machine will press them down into the slots, and these little teeth on here will grip into the neck of the guitar to keep the fret in place. So this is all fret wire here. This is a neck that they're working on here. It's got a really cool abalone inlay, and it's got the frets on it. So those are truss rods getting ready to be put in. What is that he's putting on
the wax right now?
This is just the wax we put on it to help keep the glue not stick on it.
Makes the truss rods easier to adjust after they've been put into the guitar. In this room is the final assembly area where the necks get put on, the nuts, the saddles, the strings, all the fine detailing, and the guitars basically get finished up here. They do go on to another inspection stage afterwards, but this is where they go from being separate bodies and necks into guitars. This is the pickup, the piezo pickup used for the ES2 electronic systems in the Taylor guitars, and instead of going under the saddle like they used to, it goes on the side of it, and it keeps it from getting crushed and ends up sounding better. Yeah, so he's putting the neck onto the, it's a 12-string, neck onto the body. So he's turning the nuts on the inside there, now tightening them up. So here at the gift shop and the visitor center, and there's also an area out there with a bunch of guitars on the wall. Anyone can come in and play. There's even sound rooms for plugging in electric. So here in the sound room, they have 2 of them actually, and you can come in and check out the electrics or the acoustics. So it's pretty cool. This is a nice model with a Bigsby on it.